you, Ash, for returning for a very large number of months. My goodness. Hello, hello. Welcome back to Bun. My goodness. It's been a really long time. Again? Hello, hello. Welcome. So, I was going to read and try and continue Fata Morgana because it is much overdue again. But I think I may have lost my most recent save. However, it has been so long that I actually can't remember where exactly we left off. I'm pretty sure it wasn't here, but I could be wrong, and I'm very sorry if I am. Yeah, but okay. Every time I come back, I try to figure out where we are in the game, and I end up rereading half of the previous chapter so woefully. Hello, I'm happy to see you too. Welcome, welcome. I am Bun, who reads but cannot read. It's been so long I can't remember. That's exactly how I feel. I'm pretty sure this is not where we left off. I'm pretty sure what happened the last time we were here is that Michelle and Giselle had this exchange, and then they were very rudely torn apart, and then we were about to see... we're about to hear from Morgana herself. Now, if you'll forgive me, I'm just gonna try to figure out where we go. If that save is gone, I'm gonna plow on ahead. While I'm doing this, please feel so welcome to make conversation. Giselle? So, the very TLDR summary of what has happened is that we have woken up in this quite spooky old mansion, and we have seen various previous inhabitants of this mansion meet their ruin, basically, while living here. And we have met our lovely Giselle, who is also known as the Maid, and seen a glimpse into, well, her background here with well, us, or Michelle, also known as the Departed. And they came here and had conflict and fell in love, and then he was brutally murdered. And yes, Giselle stayed on as a maid, unable to die, and waiting for Michelle to return. It has been a very long journey, but Morgana isn't done with them yet. Basically, you know, the reunion has been quite hairy as well, but still happy to see this smile Back in the days when she could smile. And Michel he's a shut-in. He has his reasons, of course. But wish them happiness. I wonder what love feels like. I never got the chance to find out before ending up like this. Well, she used to work for Michelle's family, the Bollinger family. But she was abused by his father, who was the master of the house, and when this came to light, they sent her away as punishment. Oh! Wait, this is an important person. Shoot. Did I miss this? Between ability or world I can... No, wait. No, I'm sure we've gone past this. My bad, everyone. You never went everywhere. You didn't try to woo her. You didn't shower in presents. She was my brother's fiancée. A love that could never be realized. Sorry, I'm woefully disorganized. But suppose it does. So it is. Quiet conversation time. Yes, we definitely have been through this before. Wow, forgive me, months of me past who wished that I would stop doing this on stream. Every time we come on and I'm like, well, I forgot what happened last time, but let's find out. Maybe we'll be here for many more years. Maybe you'll be able to go home sooner than you expect. No. We have definitely been through this. We're about to hear from Morgana. Where is that? Giselle. And I mean, it's my fault for being away for so long. Oh, hello Mario. Thank you for coming back for many, many months as well. I've just spent the last 10 minutes trying to figure out where we are in the story because I think the last save I made has vanished. You must never reclaim your old selves. Says who? We need to rewatch the previous stream? Oh, it's true. And by we, I mean me. Oh, hope you enjoy your vacation. Eternal suffering on all their souls. Yavai. Yave. Oh my. And now we are so blood-splattered. My consciousness wavering like a ship at sea is slowly drawn back to the surface. Giselle. Wait. We didn't read that last part? Oh, it already happened? No! Ah! Oh! Okay. Sorry, guys. That's my mistake. That did just happen. I didn't misremember. You know what? Whatever. Whatever. Hold on. We didn't read this? Surely not. My mistakes. My mistakes. Hi, Black Haze. I'm trying to figure out if I read this or not. I do not read. I do not. The first 15 minutes of this stream is me not knowing who we are. How terrible. Hello. It's good to see you too. I feel like we've read this, but it could also be because I've read this. No. I'm almost certain we read this. You know what? Okay. Just pretend like this didn't happen. Pretend like this didn't happen. Yeah. None of that happened. None of the last 15 minutes happened. We didn't read this, and even if we did, please turn a very blind eye. If these were Let's Plays, I would have to do so much editing. My goodness. I hope you can imagine me clutching my head. Surely this is the right save. This is the latest save. Okay. Whatever. We're just gonna do it anyway. My bad, everyone. Tell me your preferences. Nice to see everyone. Very sorry for the confusion. We're going to play the house in Fata Morgana again. Wow, how very forward of you. Huh? My taste in men is the last thing I expected you to ask about, Master. I don't recall specifying people. Now, don't fret the details. It's only natural to be curious, so let's make it about that. That's the last thing I wanted to talk about. Alright then. Tell me about your first crush, Master. And I have to start? I never had one. What? No, I'm not buying it. You were living at home until 10 years ago, weren't you? Surely there was someone who caught your eye? There was not. Without missing a beat? Fine, then I'll go. My first crush was the son of a blacksmith. You missed the part where you ask what kind of guy was he. This is such a pain. Since you asked, he was a huge, muscular fellow. He was so tall he would always hit his head on the doorway whenever he came to our shop to trade. Oh. Nice, beefy guys really are great, huh? They make your heart get all fluttery and tight. Are you trying to imply I don't have a chance? Though, I think that was more admiration than love. You know, the way a group of girls will get together and fawn over a popular, good-looking guy was like that.
So, you're saying the buff bastard was popular?
Very much so. I wonder what love feels like. I never got the chance to find out before ending up like this. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get all dark on you.
Say whatever's on your mind. I don't deserve your consideration. It was my family that put you through that after all. Perhaps it is my reticence that causes her to watch her step around me. Need to come up with something to say. When I was 14.
Oh?
You asked about my first crush.
Ah, I knew you had one. So tell me, what was she like?
She was the daughter of a noble family. Her name was Amy, and she was a year older than me.
Love between nobility. A world I can only even imagine.
It never went anywhere.
What? You didn't try to woo her? You didn't shower her in presents? Were you by chance a late bloomer, Master?
She was my brother's fiancée.
Oh, I see. So it was a love that could never be realized. That's sad.
Not really. Besides, I don't feel anything for her anymore. And what I felt then was just impulses.
I guess that makes us both inexperienced.
I suppose it does.
Okay, I think that's enough of that.
So it is. Do you like being here?
Of course. I love it here. Being with you, being able to talk to you like this.
See, that I don't understand.
What? Why not?
I find it difficult to believe there exists any reason speaking with me would be anything but unpleasant.
You're so negative.
Oh, hush. Say that, for example, instead of me, there was someone not so pessimistic here. You would rather be talking to them, wouldn't you?
I really do enjoy this. Truly. I will admit, my time down in that village was, for the most part, delightful. But, how should I put this? I started realizing, yeah, I'm kind of forcing myself to fit that image. And I'm trying to convince myself that that's okay. But somehow, when I'm here, there is none of that. I wonder why that is.
I certainly wouldn't know.
I suppose you wouldn't. I know. Maybe I think of you as a kid now.
Come again?
I love talking to kids. Hey now, don't give me that look. What I'm trying to say is, you're very sincere, Master. You're not going to smile and then stab me in the back when I turn the other way. I can relax around you, which is nice.
I see.
Ah, you just blushed, didn't you? You're blushing, you adorable little thing. It's all right. You're allowed to fall for me.
Is there any window in particular you'd like to be thrown out of?
No fun at all. See what I was saying, Master? With just a short conversation, I know you better than I did before, and you me.
That's fine and well, but what do I do with that knowledge?
Hmm? You don't do anything with it. It's fun learning things you didn't know before. That's all there is to it.
And what happens when there's nothing left to learn?
That's a day I don't think will ever come. People are always changing, growing, so there's no upper limit to what you can know about them. There's always something new to discover. Maybe we'll be here for many more years, or maybe you'll be able to go home sooner than you expect. Hello. Just a moment. Okay. Hello. Okay. But either way, I hope we can keep getting to know each other until then. And, of course, if you're open to it, it doesn't have to end there. We can continue getting to know each other for years to come. Hey now, what are you looking away for?
What do you think? Because you keep throwing me off balance. A few months ago, I was doing everything in my power to avoid her. Yet now that smile of hers seems so oddly enchanting.
Hello, thank you. Welcome back.
I don't understand. I will do my best so that we can make this work.
I'm glad to hear it.
Giselle, I was too awkward back then to even compliment you on your smile, to put my feelings into words. I was too cynical to accept what you said at face value, which I know caused you plenty of grief. I'm not much better now than I was then, but I will tell you this. When I next see you, I want more than anything to let you know how much I adore your smile, how much I don't want to lose you or it ever again.
Hello. You must never reclaim your old selves. Guess who's talking? Become my loyal servants. Always at my side. And curse them with me, my dears. Eternal suffering on all their souls. You may have missed it, but the first 15 minutes of the stream was me not reading the sequence that we just saw and thinking that we had. And, well, if I was mistaken, apologies. If I was not, also apologies because I wasn't reading properly for a while. Yes. My bad. Let us continue on. My consciousness, wavering like a ship at sea, is slowly drawn back to the surface. With each new breath, feeling gradually returns to my fingers. I can hear the pattering of rain from somewhere, and the sound of a crackling fire. Creak, creak, creak. Split, split, split. It takes a moment for me to realize I am in the very same spot where I first awoke. I don't know how I got here, but I'm sitting in a rocking chair, hunched forward. My head feels like someone filled it with rocks, and I'm having difficulty focusing. My joints are creaking, and I feel like I'm going to vomit. A suffocating odor hangs over the room. What is this? Giselle. Giselle! Everything comes back to me all at once. That's right. I watched Morgana kidnap her. I watched the witch drag her into the darkness, unable to reach her hand. Where are you? Morgana! I know you're there, cackling as you look down on me. Say something, witch! I will find you, and I will take her back. What on earth? There is a pool of liquid at my feet, rising just short of my ankles. It's sticky and uncomfortably warm. Every step I take makes splat, splat noises. This is blood. The mansion has taken on a very different face from when Giselle was leading me through its halls. Blood of unknown origin not only covers the floor, but also streams down the walls and drips from the ceiling. I'm speechless as I behold the dreadful scene. Every breath I take tastes and smells of rust. It's all so unreal. Beyond my comprehension. All I can do is stare aghast, feeling like I might pass out. Giselle, are you seeing this? The same twisted nightmare as me? An image of her floating alone in a vast sea of blood flashes through my mind. That vision kicks me into motion. I promise, I will come for you. So please, just hang in there for a little longer. I begin walking, or more accurately, dragging my heavy feet forward. The constant splashing of blood against my ankles grates at my already taut nerves. Morgana told me to find my way to her, and I can think of only one place she would be. She and Giselle must be there. Hold on. Is it working? Oh. Huh? Or maybe it's not working. Oh wait, no, it is. Sorry, hold on. I thought my captions weren't on, even though I went and reinstalled the plugin. No, it should be working. No worries for anyone who needs captions, although we are reading. Let us go back. The stained glass window is splattered with blood too. It creates trails like streams of tears running down. Hello, greetings. The Archangel's face. I give the window a brief glance before making my way to the door leading to the observation tower. However, why won't it open? There shouldn't be a lock. So why? Lustrous black chains seal the metal door. I can recall no such obstruction present during either my life or my time here after. What on earth is going on in this house? No, it's not important right now. What matters is making it through this door. Damn it! I pull and I push, but the chains won't give an inch. They feel sturdy enough that I probably couldn't cut through them either. There has to be some way. I consider giving up here and scouring the rest of the house. But I'm convinced the tower is my best chance. The fact that it's sealed now when it hadn't been before feels like a challenge more than a deterrent. I trace a length of chain with my hand, and at the end of it I find a peculiar-looking lock into which the ends of several chains have been fed. There are 3 keyholes. Morgana fashioned a custom lock just for this? I need to find 3 keys to open the door then. But I have no idea where to begin my search. I lived here for more than 10 years, and yet it feels like I've stepped into a strange land. No, it's not the same house. Searching blindly is only going to waste time. And the longer I take, the more danger she's in. I met someone before who had a key. It was before I had reclaimed myself. When I was exploring the mansion alone. Think, Michelle. Who was it? The painting. Hello. The painting. Back to Fata Morgana. Even though I get so spotty on stream, I really want to finish the story. Truly. I want to finish Fata Morgana so very much. We will do our best. Thank you. I'm taking another small break. Thank you for saying so. Unfortunately, taking my time has led to well, spending over a year reading this one visual novel. Have to admit, it's a hard track. Not my intention, of course. If I wasn't so feeble, I would finish games, but unfortunately, here we are. I believe there are some branches to get to different endings from here, but I think I'm just going to go to the right choices. Okay. Good evening. Let us go. Like everything else in the house, the painting is covered in blood. That it depicts a serene rural landscape only makes the contrast that much grimmer. I remember talking to this painting, assuming I wasn't hallucinating.
I have a question for you. Are you awake? Please, wake up. Can you hear my voice? Please say something. You reside here in the house like the witch, don't you? You've been here with her all this time, haven't you? Then you must know how to get into the observation tower. About the 3 keys that I need to open the lock. I need to get into the tower. Please, tell me where I can find the keys. Say something, damn it. Answer my question. Yabe. Yes. Oh, what's wrong with him? Is someone there? What's the matter? I feel kind of strange. Did the witch do something to me? Please, get a hold of yourself. Everything's all red. I can't stand it. I don't remember using that color. I reach my hand up to try and wipe as much of the blood off the canvas as possible. But I can't even smear it with my sleeve, let alone get it off. You're wasting your time. But it's thought that counts. Anyway, you had a question for me? Go on, I'm listening. Guess the painting isn't on the witch's side then. The door to the observation tower has been locked. I need to gather 3 keys. I think that's my assumption since the lock has 3 keyholes. Do you know of any such keys? And if so, could you tell me where they might be? Keys? 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 Please stay with me. You're the only one I can ask for help. Keys, 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 keys. This is probably some way connected to do her past. Her past? You know, the events the witches were always cursing about. What happened between her and those 3 men? What happened between them? The keys are probably with the 3 of them. The 3 shadows. You must have seen them. 3 men. Shadows. Find them, and you'll probably find the keys too. But watch yourself. They aren't likely to trust you easily. The depths of their sins grows greater the farther you go. Visit them in order. The first one probably won't be a problem. So tell me something. You're Michelle, aren't you? What? I've wanted to apologize to you for so little. Wait! What do you mean? Do you know me? Did you? What do you want to apologize for? Tell me, please. Could you be... But why? How? When everything else is finished, I'm going to need to visit this painting again. But now, I have other things to do.
The painting gave me a hint about where I could find the keys. I don't know anything about this past Morgana has with the 3 men. I never asked her about herself after all. So maybe I'm going to end up having to do more than simply take Giselle back. Has our involvement with the witch caused us to be swept up into her twisted maelstrom of fate? Regardless, I need to get to work.
The painting said to visit them in order. I assume he was referring to the order I entered the 3 doors.
Go outside to the rose garden. I make my way to the rose garden. The corridor leading there is a mess, and the wooden door is rotting away. I can smell the flowers on the other side. Everything is different from when I was alive, from when Giselle planted and raised that single rose. A scene from the past spreads out before me. The field of once proudly flourishing roses is now withered and grey. Knowing how beautiful it had once been only makes it that much more dispiriting. Hello. Hello. Back to the rose garden. Let's see. Okay. Memories of the story are slowly returning to mind. A bitter breeze brushes past me. Solitude hangs over the garden like a thick fog, eating away at me.
This isn't what I wanted. Someone, get me out of here. Oh God. Tell me that I'm not the bad one here.
A young man's shadow stands off to the side, muttering listlessly to himself. I recognize his voice.
Do you have the key?
The boy and I have never met, but I feel like I know him quite well, like we've been acquainted for many years. I know how polite and mild-mannered he is. I know how kind and how vulnerable, how human his heart is. However, very little of that boy seems to remain.
This isn't what I wanted. Oh God. Please answer me. Someone get me out of here. Tell me that I'm not the bad one here. Answer me, Mel Rhodes. I know that's you. Huh?
As soon as I say the shadow's name, it turns to face me. I still can't make out much detail, but he seems slightly less tenuous now.
Who are you? How do you know my name? My name is Michelle. I once lived here in this mansion.
Michelle?
I know that name. I know it very well. But something's not right. You look different from the Michelle I remember. I am not the Michelle you know. Our names simply sound the same. Oh. That makes sense. She would never come see me. I have a question for you. Do you have the key to the observation tower? I do. Would you please give it to me? I need to get into the tower. And what do you need there? There's someone I need to find. That's all. It may not sound like much to you, but it means a great deal to me. You're not one of her prisoners, then? No. I came here of my own will. To find this person? Exactly. Then maybe you can help me. Help you how? Set me free. Convince her to release me from this place. I'm begging you.
The anguish emanating from the boy's shadow is so thick it causes me to recoil. There's a thread of dark desperation in his voice. Has he been imprisoned here for hundreds of years like Giselle?
Promise me you'll get me out of here. Am I even equipped to judge whether that would be a good decision or not? All I know of him is his time in the mansion during the era of roses. I know nothing else of his life. I don't even know if I would be capable of keeping such a promise. Do I have the strength to save anyone other than her? Do you absolutely need the key? You won't agree to help me without it, will you? What? I dropped it. Over there. Huh?
The boy is pointing to a thick bramble of roses. Despite the flowers themselves being wilted, the thorns are still sharp.
It was an accident, I swear. But I didn't want to scratch up my arms, so I left it there. It's not my fault there are so many thorns. I really want to hit this boy. Why couldn't you have just said so? Because I thought if I didn't have the key, that you wouldn't help me. There is only so much I can do regardless of whether you have the key. I cannot promise you anything, nor can I be the judge of you. I see. I do not have information. I do not have enough information to make such a decision. Cheap promises and superficial kindness will only serve to destroy the both of us. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to retrieve the key. You'll never get it out of those thorns. I don't care if it's at the bottom of the ocean. I will have that key. You're wasting your time.
I approach the bramble, reaching out with it with my right hand. From behind me, I can sense the boy watching. First, I attempt to spread the tangled, thorn-ridden stems so I can put my arm in without injuring myself. But they seem to be made of iron rather than plant, and my efforts prove mostly fruitless. The only opening is barely large enough to fit an arm in and resembles the toothy mouth of a beast. Looking around the garden, I can't find anything that looks remotely useful. I guess my only option is reaching it. That's not going to stop me. I lean down, inserting my right arm into the thorny cavern. Immediately, they begin ripping at my sleeve and gashing at my flesh. Blood spills down my arm. I'm long since dead, no longer human, but the pain is still agonizing, still very much real.
Giselle, she doesn't bleed. She doesn't feel pain. Am I not the same as her then? It doesn't matter right now. Focus on getting the damned key.
Streams of crimson spread through the steel-like tangle, gnawing at my arm like a ravenous animal.
Where the hell is the key?
The thorny stems are twisted and layered so thick I can't see inside it all. As I dig around blindly, I start losing feeling in my arm. It's an endless deluge of pain.
Hey, cut it out. You're going to lose your arm. I will not stop until I have the key. Don't ask me for help. I wasn't even considering it.
Hello. It is Bun. I collect what remains of my gradually fading sensation and focus it into my fingers, praying even one of them will brush against the key.
Damn it.
But as much as I search, as much as I dig, I find nothing so much as resembling a key, which means it must be deeper than I can reach my arm.
Even so, I cannot give up. Hey, please, be quiet right now. You need to focus. I'm sorry. I do have the key, actually. You what? I'm so sorry. It didn't look like you were willing to help even if I gave it to you, so... Plus, she told me not to give it to anyone, for any reason. Hold still so I can beat you. I didn't mean you any ill will. You most certainly did. I'll give you the key, so please, have mercy.
Trembling in fear, the boy's shadow sticks out a hand, holding a key. The arm I used to dig through the thorns is so bloody and gashed I can barely look at it, but it does still function, and so I take the key from him with my right hand.
Why couldn't you use your other hand? That's gross. What's the idea? You're kind of a jerk, you know. It's a laugh coming from you. Do you have any idea how much that hurt? I know. I'm sorry, really. But hey, you're alive, so no big deal, right? But wait, can you actually say either of us are alive? I don't even know anymore. I do appreciate you giving me the key, though, seeing as it seemed to be rather important to you too. Hey, is this person you want to get back really worth going through all this for? She is. She's the one person who ever loved me, and she's waiting for me. I see. You know, I had someone that meant a lot to me, too. My sister. Which one? Which? The one with flaxen hair, like me. If you happen to see her, do something nice for her, please. That, I would say, is your responsibility. Yeah, you're right. But I'll keep it in mind. Thanks.
In the tale I witnessed, the boy pushed his sister away, for an understandable reason, admittedly. But now, he seems to bear no grudge for her.
Did something else happen between them? Even if it did, I don't have time to ask about it. I'll be on my way. All right. Take care. There are 2 more keys. Watch out, though. They're not the most friendly people. And they'll probably be even more enraged locked up like this. I appreciate the warning. If only someone like you had shown up sooner and taken the keys from us. Goodbye.
After bidding me farewell, the boy's phantom dissipates into the shadows of the rose garden. I wonder if he's gone back to mindlessly muttering his regrets.
I should get going.
We're going downstairs to the cellar. I'm going to have some more water from my flask. Sorry, as always, for my tea pouring ASMR. Good night. Thank you for coming. Whenever I call with friends, they always laugh whenever they hear the squeak squeak of my flask and the of water pouring. Free ASMR indeed. Okay. Tea time. Tea time almost over. I have a little bit more. I've wanted to come back on stream to finish this for a little while. Although I wasn't around for the majority of October. I feel sorry. I feel sorry that I have to have a rest on stream. And just listen to sounds of me. Sounds of me meditating on stream / having something to drink. Thank you for your kind patience. Let us go on. I descend the stairs, opening the cellar door. The first time I visited this room, the smell of blood from within was nearly suffocating. Now the entire house reeks of it, and I've started to go numb to the odor.
There's no one here. Am I in the wrong place?
Ah, I see. Well, welcome back. What should I call you? I began exploring the cellar, hoping to maybe find the key hidden away or abandoned somewhere. As I reach my hand out to investigate one area, a shadow leaps out of the thick darkness.
It's so swift I have no time to react. My body freezes in place. A shadow stands before me, holding the tip of a blade mere inches from my face. A key. You have a key. I do, yes. Cold sweat trickles down my back. My voice is shaking and there's no hiding it. The shade appears to be glaring at me, though I cannot make out its face. After a few seconds, it withdraws its blade. Let me see it. The boy's key. Did he give it to you? In the rose garden. Yes. Are you two acquaintances? How could that be, though? You were from a completely different era and country. Who are you? No. Never mind. Who you are is irrelevant to me. Are you human now? If you are speaking of my nature, then no is the only answer I can give you. You didn't kill me, though. If you wanted to, you could easily skewer me where I stand. If that's what you want, I'd be happy to oblige. What did you come here for? For your key. I came to ask if you would give it to me. You mean to open that door? I need to get into the tower. Yes. I see. Take it.
The The man's shadow tosses the key at my feet. I'm not quite sure what to think. I didn't expect him to give it up so readily.
What? Take it. I won't stab you in the back while you're bending over.
I thought you were supposed to hold on to this at all costs.
I no longer have any reason to guard that key. In the past, I might have severed your head from your shoulders the moment you mentioned it, though. What point in the past? That's a question I wish I knew the answer to. Hey, do you know why I'm here? Where is this? Where this place is? When it is? Why can't I get out of here? What's happened to me? Tell me. I have no idea what's going on. Not a single goddamned idea. Neither do I. Get out. Take the key and get out of here. Get out!
I can't bring myself to say anything to the enraged shadow, so I follow his command, picking up the key and departing the cellar. I thought I was dead for a second. This makes two, though. What could have happened between these people? The painting mentioned a past with them, and Morgana spoke of the wicked men she cursed. Does that mean they did something awful enough to earn Morgana's spite?
Right now, though, I must push onward. If I'm not mistaken, the final key should be in that room. The room with the billiards table? What is billiards, anyway? I should get moving.
Once I have this key, I can get into the observation tower. I'm almost certain Morgana is waiting for me there, with Giselle. So, I gather up my resolve and hurry to the last room, not wanting to take even a second longer than necessary getting her back. I can hardly believe my eyes when I step into the den. In the middle of the room is a large rectangular table. Several balls roll across its surface, and perched on one corner, looking down at the floor, is her.
Giselle. Giselle!
The question of why she's here never crosses my mind. All I feel is elation to see her once more. There's no room for anything else in my head. I run over to her, put my hand on her shoulder.
Oh, thank goodness you're all right.
And turn her toward me.
Giselle. Giselle!
I shake her, causing her head to droop lifelessly. There's not a trace of light in her unmoving eyes.
Why? Giselle? Why? Say something, Giselle. Say anything, please. This can't be. You can't be. You can't be.
My mind goes blank. I can't catch my breath. The world is hazy. Why is Giselle? Why did I have to find her like this? Why? I swore I would do anything. I swore I would never lose you again.
No. This can't be.
A thought crosses my dazed, despair wrought might. It's probably nothing more than vain hope, but not a drop of blood spilled from my breast.
That's right. She doesn't bleed. So this can't be her. This isn't her. Or maybe Morgana has the power to alter Giselle's very nature. Kill her with the flick of a wrist. No, I don't even want to think about it. There's no hope to be found down that path.
All I can do is pray. Beg for her to still be alive.
Or if alive isn't the right word, herself.
My prayers bring me back to reality, which is when I realize there's something hard pressed against the back of my head. I hear a harsh metallic clink.
What?
A piercing bang rips through the air as I drop to the hard floor. My ears are ringing painfully. Through the cloud of smoke and confusion, I see a man's silhouette.
Missed.
It takes several moments for me to recognize the object in his hand as a gun. Not only because it's draped in a shadow, but because I've never seen one with my own eyes. Had I not witnessed what they were capable of through the stories, I would not have understood how terrifying they were.
Not a problem there. I'll finish you with the next one. No, you hold still, boy. Start running around like a rat, and I can't guarantee you a painless death. Wait, hold on a second. What are you trying to kill me for? Because you make too much goddamn noise, that's why. Don't tell me you're the one who... What?
I turn my gaze toward the large table. Giselle isn't there. Must have been an illusion after all. The realization sends a wave of relief through me. I still have a gun in my face, though.
Curious man you are. Does the table warrant your attention more than me? I have a request. Could you give me the key in your possession? That's all I need, and then I'll leave and stop making a racket. I'm not sure you understand your predicament, boy. Because if you think you're in any position to be asking favors, you're dumber than you look. First off, I don't even know what key you're talking about. I don't believe that. The other two had keys. You telling me they gave you their keys?
Sounds like they really do know each other.
See for yourself. I believe you should recognize these. Are you collecting them to enter the tower? Are you going to see Morgana?
There seems to be a hint of tension in the man's voice. Though I can't see his face, I can sense the waves forming within him. I brace myself for either rejection or hot lead, but the apparition gives me neither.
Take me with you. What? You have the other two keys, don't you? Then you can open the door. Bring me to the witch. Wait. Slow down. What are you planning to do when you see her? What do you think? She has to. She has to. Oh, he's gone. She has to. What? What was he trying to say?
On the floor where the shade stood is a new key. Curious though I am about his last words, this makes 3. I have all the keys now,
you trying to rile me up, Morgana? Are you enjoying yourself up there, showing me these phantoms and watching me squirm? Just you wait. I'm on my way.
I give the room a brief once over before making my way back to the chapel. The keys fit perfectly in the openings on the lock, and when I insert the last one, it clicks open. The chain sealing the door falling to the floor. Sorry, I just realized I could have turned up the volume a little bit more. How is this? Sorry, the game must have been quite difficult to hear up until now.
They're waiting beyond this door, at the top of the stairs. I start pondering what I can even do in a face-off against Morgana, which sends a nervous shudder down my spine. I'm not going to back down regardless, but she is a witch, and I'm a mere human. Formerly a human.
I'm not a master swordsman, nor do I wield a gun. I have nothing at all with which to fight her.
I still have to confront the witch, though, no matter what. As laughably reckless, as foolish as I may be, I have no other option.
I place my hand on the door, preparing to climb the tower where I once spent my last breath. Giselle, locked safely away in the chamber at the top. The tower where I first met the witch. No hesitation. The sound of blood streaming down the stairs echoes off the stone walls. Although I have begun growing numb to the house's otherworldly ornamentation, the sight of a seemingly endless river of blood flowing down the spiral staircase sends a chill through me. Every step I climb makes a splat noise. When I reach a window, I look out to see a churning, reddish-black fog. Now, this brings me back. You climbing these stairs alone, just like old times.
Morgana.
I waited so long for someone like you to show up. Someone with enough despair to resurrect me.
Give her back.
But now, I don't see it in you. I don't feel one bit of that intense hopelessness anymore.
Give her back.
And here I thought we were cut from the same cloth.
Morgana.
Yes, I'll give her back. If you can make it to me without losing yourself.
I will not give up. It doesn't matter what you do.
Looking up, I can't see how far the stairs extend. It's just a gaping blackness, so I have no way of knowing for sure. whether I'm getting any closer. What a long journey it's been. I would mute to be more polite, and by that I mean I did mute before, but this is the experience of being on call with Bun. So if that makes it more personal, this is this is what all calls with me sound like. Cute, cute. Cute, cute. FATA Morgana really is long, but I felt that it was still stream doable. I guess not for me, not at the rate that I stream, but I felt that it was still something that I could get through if I was determined enough. Especially since I haven't done that well with finishing any of the other visual novels that I started. But if I were more powerful, if I, were a long haul streamer, I think I would want to read Higurashi, perhaps. I don't know if I would do a good job of that one, but a personal favorite. A personal, very, very, very long favorite. I do think if I tried to read Higurashi, we would probably never make it to the end. But, yes! Higurashi, which I love very, very much. It's been a long time since I last saw it / read it, but I'm very much delighted. It is, of course, just another visual novel, but it is one of the visual novels that I consider it has been foundational media for Bun. Higurashi. And the novel is so good. The novel is so good, but it's so long. It's such long reading. but I think fondly of it. So maybe someday. Someday, if I'm feeling very daring or perhaps just stupid, I will revisit it on stream. I have a feeling at some point in the past several years, I might have tried to read it before. But I got the feeling that it was... I think I stopped reading it because I sensed that we would never finish. And by never finish, I mean like probably never even get to the parts that are interesting. Which is so unfortunate, because I'm so fond of it. But I'm thinking about it. Thinking about my stream appearances. My story bun book reads. You see, I never watched Umineko growing up. My friends were Umineko fans, and I think they actually got me to cosplay from it once, but I did not watch it. I think I would like it, but I don't know much about it, to be honest. All I know about Umineko is Red Truth. And I mean, I like Higurashi, so I think I would enjoy Minako as well if I ever got to that point. But I think in that case I would just watch the show. I might go and watch the show and then tell you guys how I feel about it. Anyway, back to Fata Morgana. Enough of my tea break. Around and around, around and around, around and around. Beneath me, the blood river. Traces the same path in reverse. I start to wonder if the staircase even does end. If I'm not just eternally retracing my own steps. But I continue climbing regardless. It's all I can do. Put one foot in front of the other and hope I make it to the top.
Morgana, what is this place? What did you do to it?
What is it? Why? It's the mansion you lived in for a decade, of course.
You look at this and tell me it's the same house. What's with the blood everywhere? And the 3 shadows?
Oh, now, my dear. No need to raise your voice. And you're being impolite. One question at a time.
Answer me.
What is this place? That's immaterial. Even if I were to give you an answer you found satisfying, what would that knowledge do for you? Your objective is to reach the top of these stairs and rescue Giselle. Nothing more, nothing less. Isn't that right? Or, by chance, have you taken an interest in me? Despite never once asking me about myself before.
My gut tells me that, without knowing what this place is, without even the briefest glimpse at its nature, I won't be able to safely get her back. Without knowing what I'm up against, I don't stand a chance. Please tell me about this mansion, Morgana. About yourself. What are you, Morgana?
A witch.
No, that's not what I'm asking. Why do you have the powers you do? What are you?
Yes, I get it. Humans feel the need to attach names to things and phenomena they don't understand. I understand that feeling very well. Which is why I'm sure you'll be rather disappointed when I reveal the truth.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, I am an ordinary human.
That's not possible. You expect me to believe a human created this illusion?
Then, are you saying I am a magician or a wizard like you might see in a fairy tale?
I would believe that over you being human.
Think back then, would you? Recall our time together. Did I ever once use magic? Did I control fire or wind? Did I create illusions? No, I did none of that, because I could not. To you, when you were alive, I suppose you could say I was naught but a simple ghost. A rather mischievous but otherwise powerless spirit. And I was nothing more to those three men either. The witch Morgana was never anything but a wretched phantom haunting this old house.
But then, how do you explain this?
Michelle, my dear, we are not the same beings we once were. We are different than we were in the realm of light, the era of the living. You've figured that much out, though, haven't you? That you're already dead.
Yes. I know. I know I couldn't possibly be alive.
Yet, still, you view this world through the lens of the living. You make no effort to see it as the land of the dead. Tell me, why would you think that the realm of the living and the dead are the same?
The worlds behind each door were so vibrant. The mansion itself never had any color. They were the memories of the past, of the land, of the living, of times forever lost to us.
Our lives have already come to an end, my dear. Every last soul within these walls is dead. This is the world that lies beyond the end. It is my world. This is the afterlife. Why get caught up in the minutiae? None of us has a future, so what reason is there for you to desperately obsess over taking Giselle back? Just like you, she's long since dead. She's a walking corpse.
It's nothing I didn't already know, but hearing her say it is like a kick to the gut. Dead or alive, she still lives on within this house, and my spirit found its way back too. Why then should I not wish for her to have a future? No matter what form it may take. No matter if my choices erase her from this world entirely. Having seen what lies beyond the door in her heart, what happened in all those hundreds of years, I could never let her remain here with you, trapped in this world bereft of light, drifting aimlessly for all eternity.
So determined you feel the need to raise your voice. But you're not going to budge on that point. I see.
I ask you this again, Morgana. Please tell me about yourself. How did you become a witch? How did you end up attached to this house? I want to hear Your story.
You honestly want to know about me?
I do now. Yes.
But not for me. For her, right? Don't be shy now. It's the truth, isn't it? Besides, if you did say it was for me, not her, I might die of laughter. As you wish. You've seen many tales of people's lives since arriving here. And now, you shall see mine. Though I ask you this, will you writhe in despair with me? Will you endure maddening agony for me? Will you know pain enough to make you howl? Will you face despair again and again and again?
As I said before, if that is what you want from me.
Let me tell you something, though, my dear. It will not be as easy to watch as you imagine. Now that you've reclaimed yourself, you will be able to feel all my pain as if it were your own, to resonate with it.
Resonate with it?
You no longer have your little guardian with you either.
My guardian. She was always protecting me.
You'll have a wonderful time, I'm sure. It's a tale that could only have taken place in that era of miracles and spirituality. Wondrous and weird, senseless, stupid, hopelessly tragic. Will you watch it with me? As soon as the final word leaves her mouth, I'm engulfed in darkness, not even given a moment to brace myself. The tower's stairs crumble beneath me. My feet have nowhere to go. As I'm being battered by the roaring blood river, my consciousness melts with another. Finally! Just a little bit. Just a little bit of this. I carry within me the child of God. That is where it all began. The words of one foolish woman determined the course of my entire life. Before I was even born, my fate was decided. Did her claim come from faith? Was it her way of escaping reality? Did she do it for money or fame? I don't know. I have been visited by an angel of the Lord. The village where she lived had suffered from years of poor harvest. It had been months since the last rain, and all the villagers prayed desperately to be blessed with succor. I am with child, though I have known no man, so proclaimed the pregnant woman in the midst of the drought. And on the day of my birth, the very moment I let out my first cry, a heavy rain fell down upon the village. The storm quenched the parched earth, nourishing the crops and saving the village. The villagers were astounded, for they had thought the drought would never end. As plump drops of rain poured down upon the village, they gathered around newborn me in exultation.
Ah, she is the child of God.
Perhaps there would be more wonder in claiming I had magical powers. Perhaps it would make a better story if I were to say there were higher forces involved. But all these years later, here's what I truly think. It was nothing more than a fluke, an improbable stroke of luck, an unbelievably fortunate accident for my mother and the village, and an indescribably unfortunate accident for myself. I am with child, though I have known no man. As if that's even possible. Maybe she had fooled around with a man who had gone and abandoned her. She spouted those lies to convince herself it had never happened. None of the village men made any claim to be my father. Perhaps he was someone else's husband, and as such, he couldn't reveal himself, as adultery is a sin in the eyes of God. The girl they were praising as the child of God was indeed naught more than the ordinary daughter of a wretched woman. At the time, though, I thought differently. I believed my mother's words, convinced I was a saint, and it gave me a sense of duty, of purpose, rather than superiority. As the daughter of God, I believed it was my responsibility to help anyone in need. So every day, I prayed. I asked my Father what I could do, what I was meant to do. Not everyone is equally good, however. There will always be someone who lends their ear to the devil's whispers. One man claimed I was the daughter of a charlatan. He shouted for all to hear, "If you really are a child of God, then perform a miracle for us." Could he have been any more unreasonable? Miracles are neither magic nor parlor tricks. They are realized through the power of faith. A lowly villager has no place demanding God prove his own divinity. It is the height of arrogance. But the man refused to heed my words. So, having no other choice, I contemplated what I could do to show him I was, indeed, a saint. And blood was the spark of my inspiration. Michelle, the time when I lived and the time when you lived were not so different. Our views and beliefs about the world are very much the same, so you should understand that in our time, blood was seen as unclean. It was a dreadful thing, ridden with diseases, which is why we drained the blood from animals and purified the flesh before consuming it. But being a saint, my blood would have been different. Like the blood of the saints who came before me, mine would be blessed. I believed it would be able to cleanse people's impurities. For my demonstration, I chose an elderly woman afflicted with a terrible disease. She was on her deathbed, and no one thought she would live for longer than another day or two. The woman was overjoyed when I came to visit her. Sincerely believing me to be a holy servant of the Lord, she gathered all the strength she could muster to climb from her bed and kiss my feet. I felt an intensely deep love for this woman. Placing my hands upon her cheeks, I said with all the kindness in my heart, "My beloved sister, partake of my blood." The woman agreed without a glimpse of hesitation, and so I pricked the tip of my finger with a knife and let the blood drip into her mouth. Within 3 days, her health had improved enough for her to get out of bed unassisted. Seeing that, no one in the village doubted my powers any longer. In fact, The man who had accused me of being the daughter of a charlatan was subsequently punished for his sins. He received much deserved retribution for challenging the daughter of God, for mocking her. But of course, being a saint, I forgave the man. He in turn repented and changed his ways, worshipping me as the true child of God. Now, I'll be honest with you. I was ecstatic, utterly elated. I felt like I was on top of the world, and I reveled in it. The villagers showered me with adulation. They revered me, the daughter of God. Anyone who didn't was punished. And on top of that, my blood could cause miracles. Tell me, do you look down on me for feeling the way I did? The actual child of God would never let herself be consumed by such base emotions, would she? But if you would give me a chance, I'd like to explain myself. I was but a young girl at the time, and to a child, her mother is the world. Anything she says is the absolute truth. So when my mother's claims so happened to coincide with a lucky miracle, my young mind was set in stone. I was a saint. My blood could heal the sick, and nothing would convince me otherwise. After all, I was but a girl of 6 years old. It is not my place to decide whether my blood truly had miraculous powers or not. If you think it did, then it did. And if you think it was all happenstance, then so it was. Miracles are brought about by faith. So the elderly woman who was healed was done so by the power of her own belief. Baseless hope and desire can, at times, make the otherwise impossible reality. You understand just how major a role religion played in our time, don't you, Michelle? Especially as someone whose life was taken from him in the name of God. And you understand how powerful word of mouth can be as well, don't you? It didn't take long for word of the miracle-performing child of God to spread. Travelers from faraway lands came to our village, all in search of aid. Driven by a mixture of elation and duty, I gave my blessings unto every pilgrim who sought them. I gave them my blood. Yes, my young hands were perpetually covered in wounds. Running out of skin on my fingers, I cut the back of my hands, my palms, my wrists. Before long they had turned into swollen, carved up, black and red horrors, and so I kept them wrapped in cloth at all times. The only time I uncovered them was to give blood to those who sought it. My lacerated hands were, in no uncertain terms, gruesome and unsightly. But the believers who came to see me all wept at my selfless sacrifice. And so I came to cherish those wounds. There were some for whom no miracle took place. But whenever that would happen, the villagers would come out and say, "The daughter of God is not to blame. You simply lack sufficient faith." Thus, such incidents had no negative effect on my reputation as a saint. For 3 years, I continued doling out blessings. One day, while I was offering a prayer, my mother let slip her discontent. "Why must you hand out miracles for nothing?
Why must you give strangers grace? We should be getting compensated. We deserve remuneration. If we charge just a little bit for each blessing, we could be living so much more comfortably. I was dumbfounded. How could the mother of a saint say such things? Helping people was my divine calling, and she expected payment? I nearly wept, hearing my mother preoccupied with such worldly desires. So I explained to her how important this work was. I taught her that we were not to covet material wealth, that we were to dedicate our lives to the service of our fellow man. You're right, my dear saint, she said, understanding. And I believed her. I fell asleep that night, convinced she truly understood, and that there would be no more problems. But the next day, I was sold off. Men I had never seen before carried me by the arms and tossed me into a carriage. Confused and panicked, I stuck my head out, searching for my mother. Off in the shadow of the house, I saw her with a strange man, accepting a bag of coins. The carriage rocked back and forth, as it rolled along a dirt road. Shaking and bouncing within it, I struggled with overwhelming grief and despair. It was perhaps the first time in my life I had felt such a powerful emotion. And we're going to stop here. Finally, we're into Morgana's story. Thank you for listening. I am going to do my best to make progress through Fata Morgana before we all forget about the story. Such a terrible story, though. How sad. Anyway, I am sure I will come back before I forget where we are in the story. If I don't, then you can look forward to the next to the next 10 minutes of the next stream being me fumbling once again. But hopefully it won't come to that. There is much to do and much to catch up on. And so, as much as I want to appear a bit more, I fear it still may be difficult to come on at any regular pace. But I am very, very earnest about finishing Fata Morgana. It will be rewarding to finish a game for once in my life. Nodding. And if you are willing to come by to say hello, I apologize that I don't get to chat all that much during reading streams. But you know, I am a story bun, so I'm out here reading stories. Nodding. Until next time, wish you all
a wonderful night. Thank you for coming. I will scurry. Someday, you never know, I might become action RPG Buns. But right now, I'm still story Buns. So I will tell my stories.